Hey everybody, we are going to get started with the 2-5 notes. So to start things off, we are actually going to graph this line right here. Y equals 2x plus 3. So I'm going to just keep it nice and small because we're actually going to do a few graphs today. Okay, 2x plus 3. I'm going to put my y-intercept at 3, go up 2 over 1, put a couple points this way, and then draw my line. Okay, so there's y equals 2x plus 3. What if I asked for y is greater than 2x plus 3? Now that's a little different, right? Instead of an equal sign, now we have a greater than sign. Well, if this is where it's equal, then greater than is going to be everything that is above this line. Now, is it including this line? It's not including this line because this is where it's equal. We only want it when it's greater than. So that would be all of this area here. How about y is greater than or equal to? So this was above but not including. Y is greater than or equal to means that it's going to be above and including because we can have the equal part, above and including. So then what do you guys think is going to happen if I have y is less than 2x plus 3? Y is less than 2x plus 3 means I want all of this space below the line and not including the line because it's not equal to it. So below and not including. Y is less than or equal to would be below and including. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, the way that we graph inequalities is very similar to the way we graph equations. It's just going to involve some shading either above or below the line. Okay, so in general, if I have y is greater than, I'm going to shade above and do a dashed line. If y is greater than or equal to, we shade above and have a solid line. If y is less than, we're going to shade below and have a dashed line. And if y is less than or equal to, we're going to shade below and have a solid line. Okay, so basically you're making two decisions. Here's another way to think about it. Above versus below. We're going to make a little chart here. Solid versus dashed. So if it's a solid line, those are going to be our or equal to's. because it's including it, or equal. Dashed are going to be the just, greater than, or less than, because it's not including the line. Above we're higher up, we have bigger numbers, so that's going to be the greater thans, and below is going to be the less thans. So solid and above, greater than or equal to. Solid and below, less than or equal to. Dashed and above, just greater than. Dashed and below, just less than. Now, this might seem like a lot, but I promise you it's going to make more sense once we do some examples here. So, example 1, we're going to graph this. Y is less than 1/2 x plus 1. Now, if I asked you to graph y equals 1/2 x plus 1, you would know exactly what to do. You would start at 1 and go up 1 over 2. And we're going to still do that. The only difference is we have to make these two decisions first. So y is less than means that I'm going to shade below, and we're going to have a dashed line. Below, if I can spell, below and dashed. Below and dashed. Okay, so let's graph this guy. And again, don't make these graphs super big because we are going to be making several graphs in this lesson. So start at 1, go up 1 over 2, just like we said before. Except this time, I'm not going to draw a solid line. I'm going to draw a dashed line. Like that. And then I am going to shade below the line. Shade below the line. All right, let's try another one. Y is greater than or equal to 2. Y is greater than or equal to 2. Is there something funky going on with this equation? Or I guess I should say inequality. There most certainly is. We've talked about hoi vux. And when something only has a y, that means it is going to be a horizontal line. Now, before we graph it, let's make our decisions. Y is greater than or equal to means that I'm going to shade above the line and it's going to be solid. Above and solid. So, find where y is 2, and I get to draw a solid horizontal line. And we are going to shade above it. We're going to shade above it. Okay. Here's a couple more. Y is greater than or equal to 3x minus 2, and y is less than negative 3. So let's put these graphs together. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and try to graph these on your own. Pause the video, try these on your own, and then once you've done them, restart the video and see how you did. All right, hopefully you were able to do these okay. Now, if I were checking your work, here are the things I would be looking for. 1, I would be checking to see, did you graph the lines correctly? Did you use the correct y-intercept? Did you use the correct slope? In this case, this is a horizontal line. Did you do a horizontal line? Then I would be looking for these right here. Did you know that this needed to be a solid line and that you needed to shade above the line? Did you know that this needed to be a dashed line and that it was shaded below? So those are the things that I would be looking for. All right, let's try another example here. Y 2x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 6. Now, let's solve for y first. Let's get y by itself so we can decide if it's going to be above or below and dashed or solid. So I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And we get 3y is greater than or equal to. Now remember, these are not like terms. Then I'm going to divide everything by 3. So I have y is greater than or equal to negative 2/3 x plus 2. And now that I have the y by itself, greater than or equal to means that it's going to be solid. And we're going to shade above. Start at 2, down to over 3. It's going to be solid. And we're going to shade above the line. All right. Write this one down for me. 3x minus 4y is greater than 12. I would like you to try this one on your own, and before you pause the video, make sure you're paying close attention when you're solving for y. That's my hint to you. So pause the video, give this one a try on your own. All right, so the rule that you hopefully remembered, first you had to subtract 3x from both sides, and then this is a negative 4y. So you had to divide everything by negative 4. And remember, when you divide an inequality by a negative number, you have to flip the sign of the inequality, which would leave you with y is less than 3/4 x minus 3. That means it's going to be a dashed line and you're going to shade below. And this is what it should look like. All right, that's everything for lesson 5. Next video that you're going to watch is lesson 2-8.